Hola, hola, hola. Hello, everybody. Happy 2025. Happy New Year, as I put it. You know how we do it. It's a new year. Good day, everybody. We are back in the studio again. It's a beautiful day again here with us at Opera Reporters and Talk, the program where we discuss and give our unbiased and unreserved opinion on the issues affecting the social, political, and economic welfare of Nigerians across Nigeria, connecting Nigerians home and abroad. Today is the third day of January 2025, and we're in the studio for our 86th episode. We're in the studio for our 86th edition of the program. Happy New Year. Well, blah blah blah. We'll give exciting topics, exciting news that it has come from upper reporters and general reports across the globe. Yes, but before I go further, let me do the needful by introducing myself. My name is Obizo J. As you all know me, so, and I'm gonna be your regular host, and I'm gonna be a regular host and moderator for the day. Yes, going forward, I have to say first, we have to give appreciation, I have to give that thanks to the Almighty. I have to give thanks to our Creator. I have to give thanks to God for giving us, for bringing us to a new year, for bringing us to giving us a new year, a new season. Yes. Again, like I said, we are starting afresh. We are starting as it is. We need. We are bringing this to the people. Yes, please, if it's your first time, Open Reporters, please, in any media, social media platform that you are engaged in, please don't fail to hit the like button, hit the follow button, subscribe, and share. Yes, this is a platform that is for the people. It's for us to be heard, for the people to come and express themselves, to come tell us how they feel about their environment, tell us how they feel about their community, tell us what they see and how it has been faring around them. Yes, it is not a program where we make criticisms, we criticize, but we go out to listen to the hearts of men. We go out to listen to the hearts of our people. Yes, we talk about the news, we discuss the news as we see it on media. We discuss real happenings. We discuss troubles that go through. We try to do our best to put listening ears and to listen to people with wants. There's some people, all they want to do is say it how they feel it, because they all need listening ears. So we are here to discuss the happenings. We are here to say it as it is, as unbiased and unreserved as we can put it. That is touching or reaching out to the hearts of the people. Yes, that's what Upper Reporters is all about. Today, Upper Reporters himself is still not going to be available. He has been quite busy, and I have been taking things as it has. Oh, sorry, I have to put the link on the store. I have been, yes, letting doing this without him so far, but still, yes, we will always trend. So, like I said, this is the program for everybody. Share the link, invite friends, bring your stories to us, bring your topics to us, bring your discourse to us. Let us know. Are you what are you doing to find? Of course, we are not rich enough to help everybody. You know, even the government cannot take care of everybody. But we can hear your problems. We can hear your concerns. We want to be a part of a better Nigeria. We want to be a part of a better world. We want to be a part of a better nation that is building to make sure everybody is living well and living together. Yes, that is what Upper Reporters is all about. So, my brothers and sisters, I want to say Happy New Year. I want to say thank you for being a part of us. All this while we have done 86. This is our 86th episode. I want to say thank you for being a part of us. Thank you for taking time out to come listen to the jargons. I just say jargons because I try to be witty as well with some of my terms. Try to listen to all that we have to say, and we as well try to listen to what you have for us. Yes. So in times like this, we are going to come together and say happy New Year. We hope for the best from this year 2025, and we are going to expect more of greater happenings coming to us everywhere. Yes, Jado himself. Yes, compliments of the season. Yes, Upper Reporters Tony is not available at the moment. Time frame and work. Yes, I'll convey your greetings to him. Thank you for the comments. That is Cheto Tio on Facebook. Thank you, my brother. Yes, I appreciate it. I hope the family is doing well as well. Yeah. Okay, today we go straight to the topic. We go straight to the topics and we give it to you as they come from Upper Reporters. Starting traveling from the first one, it says many enjoyed as Edo Council Chairmen impeached. That's the first topic. It has been going on for a while now. That the council chairman, the suspension of Edo State Local Government Chairman, they are still brewing. They are still brewing activities in Edo State on these matters. I'll say about it. We'll go back to talking about it. And they say many are injured as Edo Council chairmen are being impeached. That is the first news. Again, second, only Tinubu's friends are benefiting from his reform. This is Gbadebo, Rhode-vivour, the Lagos State Labour Party gubernatorial candidate. He speaks and he says only Tinubu's friends are benefiting from reform. I saw this. I didn't go to read it I go into depth into reading it because I know. Yes, the youth season. A lot of people have things to say. I don't know if it's media or us, the people, but well, I don't know what we have to say about that. Maybe if he was governor, maybe if he had won, if Gbadebo Rhodes had won as a governor, maybe my friends would have been benefiting and not his. I don't know what it means by that. APC accuses Peter Obi of misleading Nigerians for cheap gains or for cheap political gains. The APC is accusing Mr. Peter Obi for misleading Nigerians or awfully misleading Nigerians for political cheap gains or cheap political gains. Well, yes, this topic is coming as Peter Obi has criticized the government and said out of 580 days of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's emergence as president, he has spent 180 outside Nigeria, which means only 400 days has been spent. Now that is good. 400 countries say 1 year. He has done 1 year plus, but out of 580 days, according to what I read, he has spent 180 days of these outside the country. And now the APC is giving Peter Obi some license, and they are saying that they are accusing him that he is misleading the people because of his utterances he has said about Nigerians going through hardship, etc., etc. Well, at this point in time, these people are still playing politics. I believe we have come thus far. The campaigns are over. However, it is time to govern. So on the initial part, I will speak on the president. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, and nobody is disputing the fact. It is high time you govern. It is high time you become the president of Nigeria, not the president of APC, not the president of a certain tribal folk, not the president of your friends, or the president of those sycophants that come around you to play and tell you good things about nothing. It is time to become the president of Nigerians, not just in Nigeria, but home and abroad. So it is time to govern and not play politics. On the other side, yes, the Labour candidate person by by Mr. Peter Obi. Yes, Peter Obi, I think you are doing a hell of a job campaigning and going around the country like it's a pastoral. Today you are with Abe Babalola. Tomorrow you are with Obasanjo Olusegun. Thirdly, you are with IBB in real estate. And we say, you're campaigning. Well, that is left for them. Because when I speak further, they say I'm against the Labour Party or I'm not an obedient. Good, I am not an obedient, but I like it when it's fairness. I like it when it's simple. I like it when our leaders show us so much of this character. It is high time we start having people that are so engaged in their businesses coming out as candidates, not men, free workers and free talkers that can be at any party or be anywhere at any time. I'm not writing anybody up, I'm not condemning anybody. And it's only proper that every political party or every political incumbent will have its critics, our opposition. That is where democracy stands. But we need people, or we need all hands to be on deck. The president, his opposition, or the other candidates, they ought to do the needful. So that's light I'm going to take about that before I go further into discussing. In other news, I've gathered, Dangote's 750 million offer to manage Nigerian refineries were rejected. Obasanjo. In an interview with the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, he reiterated how 750 million offer from the richest black man in the world. I use that in the world. Yes, he's a Nigerian. Yes, we should be. That raises a good flag. At least something good is coming from us on the international level. The richest black man in the world had an offer, or he made an offer of $750 million to manage the Nigerian refineries many years ago. Obasanjo reveals. This topic I would like to discuss with a lot of people. I would like to have external comments and external debates on it. Because when I speak, people think I am biased. They think I don't stand for certain things. But it is I like to speak because of the way I feel or how I know them. Some people think I might be too harsh. Some people think I get biased. But those are not biased feelings. These are the truths. I try my best to be as subtle when or mild when I say them, but they are the basic truths. The former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, President Olusegun Obasanjo, has made this statement uh, in an interview with, I think, channels. And this is coming over or after, I think, 20 years. And he's bringing a review of what has happened. And okay, before we go for that, I will get back to that because this is going to be one of the major topics we're going to talk. There's another heartbreaking story that has come up. A retired DSP faults the 1.7 million naira gratuity, 40,000 naira pension after 35 years of service. A retired DSP of the Nigerian police force has faulted the 1.7 million gratuity and the 40,000 naira pension after 35 years of service. This is Nigerian police, yes. That's right. These are talking about police reform that had the country on the standstill. But that is, well, I'm not giving the headlines. I'm not giving headlines of these topics. So I will digest them as we go. I will digest them as we go forward. Yes. Lastly, there's been a bit of news from West Africa, our neighboring country, Ghana, and it says that Ghana has scrapped the visa requirement, which allows free entry for Africans. This is a news that has started. It was meant to commence sometime, this year. This news came from. Yes, it was made last year in December and it's supposed to begin. So my people, are you ready to travel? Are you ready to go on a visa free trip? Yes, Ghana has opened not its borders per se, but it is scrapping the visa requirements and allowing free entry for Africans, every African worldwide. This is a good one. Yes, there are ups and downs to it, but we will get there when we get there. Let me start with my topics as they go. Firstly, they say many injured as Edo Council chairmen are impeached. There are funny news coming in from Edo about Edo Council chairman and local government and suspension. I asked in my last episode of the program, have these men been reinstated or they were still on suspension? You see, when things like this happen, this I blame when I want to blame a system. Yes, I blame us. But before I begin to blame us, I've always blamed President Olusegun Obasanjo, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. People say I don't like him. I don't have a problem with the president because I like the fact that at his point, he was a very strict leader that stood firm and that had an aura for respect. You know, who respected him? Yes, because he was a general. He was a yes, he was a general. He played a father figure role. Yes, which we do respect, and he's one of Nigeria's finest, as they call it, because of all he has he has done in the past. Yeah, he handed to democracy in the 70s. I think it was in 79. Those are things that credence that we have to put into his resume. But after going through all this and so many years, he emerged as president again in the Fourth Republic in 1999. I believe that's Fourth Republic. And all he needed was to do one thing. All he needed was to put things in place, ensure that the institutions were built and they were working on the channel, because these things were just coming from an Abacha era. An Abacha era where freedom of speech was minimal, when democracy was not in place, was out of sight, where decrees, instead of policies, we had decrees, where some people were on exile. It was a bit of there was a bit of discipline, but it wasn't on a plain level field. Yes, a lot of funny things happened in that period. We just came out from that and over to the military, and what we had in front of us was democracy. Democracy, beautiful. We came back and we felt, yes, a time for us to all lead, a time for the people to make their decisions, a time for us to start afresh from all the setbacks and debacle of the military junta. Now it was put into the hands of another former general, which had a bit of military in him, but wanted democracy because he actually moved from democratic to a civilian government in his time. So I expected, I could be young or I was young, but what I expected was for him to put things in place. Our institutions, INEC, he created the EFCC, yes, yes, which is supposed to be an independent tool to curb corruption, etc., etc. Telecommunication, power. And whatever Obasanjo had done, I'm not going to accuse him of anything because I'm not in government, I've never been in government. But I want to say something from my own opinion because I speak from my opinion and it's just my opinion. I believe they say how you lay your bed, how you make your bed, that's how you lay on it. A foundation determines the strength of a house or a home. So I believe the democracy we are enjoying today, whether we call it, no matter how good or bad it is, he was the solid foundation of it. I use the word solid because if it's going to get faltered or going to get bad, it has to be still strong. Yes, it's going to be strongly bad or strongly good. So whatever I'm going through today in the Nigerian democracy came in from that man. And going back to it, the impeachment of chairmen in Edo, the suspension, which is anti-democratic. If we have the right people in the right channels, using the right criteria to get into government, I do not think we'll be having primary school setbacks. When I mean primary school setbacks, I don't think we'll be having baby errors. One man cannot fix it all, but it takes one man to lay a foundation for other men to build upon. That is what that's what my philosophy says. I'm not going to be an upper reporters forever. I would not say they say there's upper reporters. He has put the foundation on ground and I'm working on it. So my job is to make it proper or better. And whoever is going to come after me, like someone like the beautiful lady telling me that we can enhance it. It can get better and bigger. Yes, all we have to do is put heads together. But the foundation of how it came determines on how it may go at some point. When I mean at some point. Now, to avoid digressing, in what time of the country, in what time of democracy should council chairmen be suspended? Okay, good, they have been suspended. There was an error back and forth. Now there's impeachment. Now there are uncertainties. Now, this autonomy that we have been praying and preaching for has come, but there is crisis, and the local government chairman cannot even have the freedom of speech or the freedom of movement to work. A lot of them are decamping because they are afraid that tomorrow is not certain. So how do you expect a man to work? This, I don't know if this is a wrongful act. And the reason why this thing happens is because our institutions are not working well. If our institutions are working well, a local government chairman that has the autonomy, the free hand, and he gets his funding from federal government would have no fear of being impeached or have no reason to decamp. Now, if these people decamp to the ruling parties and they don't do anything for 8 years, nobody is going to hold them accountable. They're just going to be the yes sir, I'm in the party and I'm in the party and I'm not going to be held, nothing is going to be held against me. Now, because they're opposition, they are being treated like opposition even after election. Even after winning elections, because they are local government chairmen, they are looked at as lesser people. This is wrong. So how did this start? It didn't start today. It started with those who laid the foundation. Or it is if our court have made judgments brief, simple, and straightforward right from time, people will be scared to go to court because they'll be like, when a court speaks, you must stand by the laws or you face the consequences. But these days, Mr. A can do what he likes, the court will speak. Yes, Buhari did it. He did not care about court orders. So who? After the guy will say, I spent 5 billion on Buhari's campaign. So if I can spend 5 billion on the presidential campaign, who is the court to tell me not to do, or why should I take the court's order when I have the president to the president? So those are the things. Independent institutions ought to stand. Those are the institutions that keep the country fair. I'm not speaking out of criticism. I'm just speaking out of the truth and things that happen in proper democracy. And now it's going so far that they are saying people are getting injured. Why are people getting injured? According to the stories, there were gunshots at two certain places. If I don't get me wrong, two local governments, is it Ovia? Ovia has decamped and they go. Something funny. These are not the right things. These are not the right things to happen at this point in time. A law should have been put on ground. A man that decamps loses his right, his position, his appointment, his elections, we cannot continue to be voting and decamping, voting and decamping. Such things will stunt growth. I don't want to. There's nowhere we got democracy. We got democracy from the books, and I believe there doesn't say you cannot decamp. The books doesn't say you should decamp as well. So while we are making the books right, I think somewhere along the line we have to have a grip or put on ground on certain issues. It's just like now the North-South division of is the time for the North to rule. It is not it's not written, it's not a written constitution, it's not anywhere in the books. But people are abiding to such laws now or such agreements. So why can't these things work? Everybody now scared they want to go back to APC. What about the APC candidates that didn't win in the past? What happens to them? More crisis? Okay, are you saying if they go back to APC and they don't work, they have an automatic second year, a second tenure? So these things, I blame it on the source. I blame not the source, I blame it on the foundation. If this topic that when I talk about the institutions, or when I talk about the foundation of these institutions, it lingers to the end. It lingers to practically all the topics I have talked about tonight. Because it goes talking about the Nigerian police and security forces, it talks about the NNPCL, it talks about the reforms, it talks about the EFCC, it goes deep into governance and politicking. That is it. Now it's an automatic money venture, nothing else. If it's not money, let us not discuss. Let us not go anywhere. And all of a sudden, I think it's the local government chairman is running helter-skelter because trust. Uncle Shomole, that's what Uncle Shomole's axis. I think there's Obiatu, there's stress there. That is Uncle Dennis' angle. Going further in other places, there are unrest. Some cannot fight the battle, some are decamping. Some are trying to fight the battle. The people complain that the men that were shooting guns today were from the government house. Those could be alleged. They could be alleged stories. But has it gotten that far? Why can't you just allow these people to run their tenure 4 years or 2 years? I think local government is 2 years or so. Let them run their tenure. Then those that work can continue, and those that cannot work, let them go again to the ballot. That is what I believe. But trying to impeach them or trying to suspend them in the middle, and everybody is okay. Nobody is saying anything about it. The Attorney General of the Federation has made a comment, and that's all he has said. Now, all man to his kettle, or all according to the saying, I hope about all are walking to his kettle, putting them in tight corners. So when I talk about it, I talk about the man that started it. Because if these things have not lingered or have not happened before, there's no tendency that will not happen again. But it's not just me. Now I have two great people in the studio with me. I have the quiet one. I have Gbadebo. Yes, I thank you guys for coming. Yeah, I have a bit of topics here on the table, but we're going to be flashing on them briefly. First of the topic is many enjoyed as a though council chairman impeached. I know you have a bit of knowledge about these happenings. Are you there? Please unmute your microphone and give us a submission. Are you there, Pagariba?
Yes, I'm yes. I'm just
Happy
trying
New
to.
Year to you, sir. Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. Happy New
happy
Year.
20, happy 2025.
Happy New Year to you. But New Year with a lot of disappointment from our state or our country in general. It's really very, very annoying what is happening in I didn't know where you started from. I found out that I just came in and I found out there only one person in the studio, so I decided to join. Actually, we're very busy, but
Yeah,
that notwithstanding, this is contribution to humanity. We all of us has to contribute to make our country great.
great
The
place.
what is happening in Edo State? I don't know if our governor, His Excellency, he has to be respected. His Excellency Governor Amodo Okpebholo, I don't know if he has his own modus operandi, the way he wants to run the state, or he's running the state based on the advice from some proteges, so the way people that are advising him. But even if you have been ill advised as a governor, you're supposed to deploy your prowess and give us a good governance. The Attorney General of the country has spoken. So Daddy Oshomole spoke in the red chamber, though he spoke from both sides of his mouth.
On his
What he
mouth.
said,
Yes,
what he
yes.
said in the red chamber is different
It's
from what he
different from his
said.
act at home.
Yeah,
Yes.
what he came home to say, and so it's very very annoying. I begin to wonder, Mr. Oshomole or Pa Oshomole, his son is now the commissioner. I wonder how his own son, who's the commissioner for health in Edo State, sit in front of the television and watch his father saying something, one thing in Abuja, coming to Edo State to do something else. Is very, very appalling. But anyway, so I would like to advise Monde Okpebholo to tread with caution. He has to tread with caution because it takes a lot of time, energy, and resources to build a system or institutions. But destroying institutions, it takes less than a minute or even some seconds to destroy institutions. It took the last government. This is not to say the last government they were very decent. That's not what I'm trying to say. It take any government a lot of time and energy, resources to build institutions, and these institutions that have been put in place is destroying them. Using all these people, he went to church. He started dancing with all these people in the church, and the following day you're sending. His mysteries or these touts in town to go and be fighting local government chairman. Even when the Attorney General of Edo State has spoken, the court in Edo State has delivered their judgment that the governor has no right to suspend those people. All these things they are causing problem for our children and our children unborn, our great grandchildren and all that. You see, I don't know how to. I don't know what I'm going to say to these people. It's very important. In Orion, in Nwode, I think they said they are planning to do the same in Onwan, whether northeast or
Oh,
southeast. I
no,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, they are planning to do the same in Orion. Only two councillors, impeached the local government chairman and the deputy, which is that's brigandage. You see, that is unheard. What is going on? And some people are now saying that even Obaseki he pitched Shaibu. Yes, to me it was wrong for him to be impeached, but there was some due diligence in impeach. I'm not. This is not to say I'm supporting the impeachment because he was invited to come and defend himself. He didn't come, and the House of Assembly, about I think about 18 of them or some majority of the House members, they were there. That even if it was the hand of Obaseki, but there was still there was some due processes that was
Yes.
taken. I think in this local government issue, the Okpebholo should have gone through the local government councillors. These politicians will know the way they behave, whether through inducement or whatever, for them to hear the cases that were preferred against them, and they impeach them if need be. Then you don't just induce one or two councillors, and one or two councillors is getting up to say somebody has been impeached. You see, I don't know when we're going to get out of this, but anyway, well, let's pray to God. Let the God touch the heart of Okpewodo, and he should do the right thing. I'm sorry. Let me. You see what is going. Well, actually, what is going on? I spoke to some stalwart of APC because I have a lot of friends. They're both APC and PDP. What they
Yeah.
told me was very, very alarming. What they said was they want to get these people out so that they put APC people in there. So
Yes.
Kennedy, if your friend is given a position, won't you be happy? I said no. I will not be happy if you got
It
that
is not due
position
process.
through illegal means.
Yes, it must be due
And
process.
yeah, it must be due process. Whether you want to take them in and put your people in there is okay, but there has to be a due process because we have a constitutional democracy. We don't. This is not a autocracy or whatever. So I would like to leave it here for somebody else to contribute. Thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
giving me
Thank
that.
you very much. Thank you
God
very
bless you.
much, Papa Garba. Thank you very much. We still have a lot of topics here, but let's. Quiet one, are you there? The quiet one, are you available to speak? Are you going to unmute yourself and let's deliberate a bit on this topic so we can move forward?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, happy New Year, sir.
Yeah, happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, we are discussing the happenings in
Yeah, I
Edo
know.
State.
I don't want us to sound like broken records, as if the only thing we do is complain when it's obvious that things are not right. It's you get to a point in this Nigeria issue and you just ask yourself, what is going on? You get to that point where you can't even begin to phantom why things are happening the way they are. And then I ask myself, is this how we're going to move forward when we are taking steps, we're taking a million steps backward. The rule of law has been thrown into the bin. Nothing is done following the rules. The custodian of the rule of law, the AG, will say one thing, and then the executive will do completely opposite of that, and nobody says anything. We continue like this. We cannot even begin to say we are hoping for a better future. Things are just going worse, and nobody is saying anything. What happened to the constitution? What happened to rule of law? What happened to doing things right? Are these not the same people that were crying last time, complaining how Baseki did this, did that? Now they are showing how bad they are. It's hypocritical. That's the word. It's just hypocrisy. That's it. They are hypocrites because you can't say, "Oh, this person," and then you're doing worse than that. So, on what on one pedestal can you stand and defend your action? I don't want to talk more than this because it just gives me headache, and there's nothing we're going to say that will make any difference because these people is either they've blocked their ears with cotton wool or they've just decided to not listen to anybody and do what they've always had in mind to come and do. So I pity for the people living in the state. I pity for ourselves, and I pity for Nigerians in general. These are the people that are leading us. Then whatever we get, we get. I don't, there are other topics that will perhaps bring happiness to us. Please, let's dive into those topics because this
Yes,
topic, this
thank you,
particular topic,
thank you very much. The quiet one. The problem is, it's not a problem though. The funniest part is that the news that keep coming, they are all shocking. They get shocking and as it goes turn by turn. Sometimes you hear a different news. Sometimes you hear an ex-president. Sometimes you hear an ex-police officer. Sometimes you listen to what a reverend father did. Sometimes you even go as far as reading the news about a bride and the wedding guest. You wonder what is going on in the country. Why is this the only news that we have? Our news these days is problems. Every news that you see on media is problems. Well, but the best part is because we are here, we'll deliberate it, and we'll always deliberate it. Yes, they have Commodore Mori too. Commodore Mori, it's been a while. Are you there? Do you mind unmuting yourself? And Happy New Year, first of all. Happy 2025. Nice to meet you, see you again this year. Hail and hearty. And you know the way it is. The topic is about our Edo State chairman suspension, impeachment, the campaign, and etc. Vote of confidence, vote of no confidence here and there. That is what we are going through now. Our governor, he was at the crossover service, kabashing himself and his deputy. 2 days after, there are gunshots in several local government areas where the people complained that the policemen that came shooting were from the government house, and a lot of impeachments. It's an eyesore. But what is your submission? Let's just make it brief so we can go to other topics.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Wish you same. Wish every other panelist and our audience across the globe Happy New Year. You see one thing. Somebody was saying we should talk about better things. If we don't talk about things like this, these are the things we have to talk about. There's nothing better in a situation like this, because if you refuse to speak today, all these nonsense will be taken for, it becomes a norm in society. When people complain about the 1999 Constitution, I laugh. The Constitution has never been, it could be part of the problem. In a lawless society where nobody obeys the law, you're talking of a better constitution. No constitution is perfect anywhere in the world, but you can always amend from time to time. Even in the American Constitution, they have their first amendment, they have their second amendment, and what have you. Because it wasn't a perfect document. But in a situation where people deliberately, consciously violate this constitution, where we are building a strong man instead of strong institutions, we are heading for a doom. When you tell them, they think as if they play politics with everything. I hope those words are still coming to this your platform. I got angry one time. It was almost becoming personal with them. See, my brother, governance is not bad. The roads are good, bridges are okay. Governance is more than, it's beyond that. It's not about you as a person. It's not about you, how you feel. By the time campaigns are over, you are in government. There should be a different approach. You are the government for the good, for the bad, and for the ugly. For your party men, for those that supported you, and for those that didn't even support you. Leadership is more than campaign promises. My brother, I'm ashamed sometimes. It's not about this man now. Somebody say we should call him Excellency. I don't pretend though. I can't call him Excellency. You bear that Excellency if you are excellent in your dealings. It's like when you call somebody honorable. A dishonorable man, honorable. I respect the office of the governor. But when you mention Okpebholo now, it's not about him as Okpebholo. What really comes to people's mind is governor of Edo State. Our image here is at stake. Our image as a state, as a people, is at stake, for Christ's sake. When Supreme Court has spoken, when Supreme Court makes pronouncement, it becomes automatic law. Not because they are perfect, but because they are supreme. That is the highest court in the land. This could even happen. Even in the past, it wasn't okay. But this is happening at a time when people are trying to make government, the local government as the third tier of the government, give it an autonomy. Financial autonomy and political autonomy and otherwise. Somebody is doing this, and you are a member of the party that is, if there's anything this government has achieved, if there's anything you want to attribute to this government, it's an attempt at least to make the local government autonomous. Yes. And somebody is brazenly, working against that. Your own party, you are supposed to be a party man. This is not, you are not from a different political party. You don't even have the right to do so, even if you are from a different party. Supreme Court pronouncement is there, the state judgment is there. me, I also blame the local government. You see what you said, people are trying to decamp. Let them be advised that even if they decamp, they're doing that for no, it's going to be an effort in futility. I don't know why people are so dumb in their thinking. It's going to be for a while. They're going to use them and dump them. You think they love those councillors they are giving money to? In my own local government, one councillor was used to impeach the chairman. Because you went to Abuja, the president wasn't happy with you. The Attorney General of the Federation wasn't happy that what you are doing in those states is wrong. That what you look at, even the House of Assembly, look at the mortars who are supposed to be lawyers. My brother, you just look at the whole thing. It's like people don't even we talk of people. You talk sometimes you say the problem of developing nations, education. Look at those that are supposed to be graduate and master's degree holders. Look at those that are supposed to be lawyers, that are supposed to even interpret the law. They are even supposed to tell people, other people, the laymen in the society, the position of the law. Look at the affairs of this world. You consider a committee. The committee is moving from one local government to the other. You giving people guns and koboko to flog elected chairman. Man, my brother. See, people will still come and defend you. They tell you, look at what Obaseki did wrong. Look at what Obaseki did this. Obaseki did that. They want to justify this. They want to justify this anomaly, this aberration, by all means possible. They don't care. You ask them, where is your conscience? Where is your credibility? Where are those two young men that were always coming here to say, I don't know, I have not seen him, I have not met him one-on-one, but I perceive from his utterances, he's a very young man. He's a very, very young man, and supposed to be a vibrant one at that. You see him trying to justify everything possible. My brother, this is a shame to all of us. It's an image to Edo State. It's not just an ambassador. Once you mess up Pevolo, it's not about him and his family. It's about the what comes to people's mind is the governor of Edo State. Look at the embarrassment everywhere. He looks like somebody that doesn't have his own opinion. Somebody that is pushed here and there. Somebody that can be used like a robot, like a remote control. You're trying to satisfy a lot of interests at the same time. You're trying to fight people that are not fighting you. The chairman even came together to say, we are ready to work with you. As soon as he made the first pronouncement, he was embarking on this journey of constitutional aberration. The chairman came together to say, we are ready to cooperate with you. Not minding that he was even taking the wrong route. Just like we have 3 tiers of government. We have the federal, we have the state, we have the local government, which is the 3rd tier that has always been in the pocket of the governors. Now, somebody is trying to come out to say, if we must development, we must take the government to the grassroots. This is the government that is closer to the people. No government, just like we're talking about security is local, politics is local, development too is local. Nobody can know your word now, your constituency more than the chairman that's supposed to, hail from there and reside with the people.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying? The president could be in Abuja, trying to do his best. A lot of money is being given to the state now from what it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're making people to suffer, to pay more for fuel. You bring the same money to state government, they will end up embezzling the money. The people are just on the receiving side of poverty and misgovernance. It doesn't make sense. So now, the Tinubu administration, in their own wisdom, wanted this development to trickle down to the grassroots. Somebody is there that said he was from a poor family. He never had money to go to school. He went to river to drink this one. He's doing this one to just all in the name of politics, because you are taking advice from so many people. Somebody that is on a personal vendetta, on a mission to fight for a lot of people like Shaibu. We want to fight for Shomole. We want to fight for the state chairman of APC. We want to fight for so many aggrieved, interests. I mean, is that what we want as a governor? Governance is more than, like I said before, tying of roads, building of bridges. Those ones are okay. When the government is it's giving the impression that it doesn't even know his right from his left, brother. It's I'm sorry. This is it's annoying. It's annoying. I don't know where to pin this. I don't know where to pin these things. The Supreme Court has decided. The Constitution has spoken. A lot of people were still working against it. This Supreme Court came in the form of a judgment to say this is the position, which automatically became a law. The state court is there making their pronouncement. You are saying to hell with them. You're going around, with people. If people, if not for the way the PDP have been, trying to avoid the crisis, this is a call for anarchy, a total breakdown of law and order in the society. Yeah. And the primary aim of the government, even if you cannot supply water, you cannot build road, it talks about security of lives and property. You are here trying to, instigate one people against the other. If the PDP had resisted them the way they're supposed to resist, if I was the chairman, my brother, if they want to kill me in my office, let them kill me there. I won't leave. With the court judgment on my part, with the constitutional backing on my side, I will go nowhere. Now, that one did not work for the House of Assembly. You knew what you did there was wrong. You're going around, trying to induce councillors that are not even from your party. And I'm surprised people are falling for that. The chairman that are the company, the councillors that are being used, they are collecting money. They're going to be like, they're just going to use them and dump them. They don't love them. They don't like them. My brother, they are not. They don't do anything.
In all of this, my question is: don't the heads of these political parties, don't other people? Okay, are we saying a person like Obasanjo? Are we saying that he does not have any? He does not know about this? Can't somebody make a statement? Can't this be told to Tinubu in a live broadcast?
Wow. When the head is rotting, if you want to look for the problem of a rotting fish, go to the head. The man that is even the man, the head of this is a mafia, this is a cabal. Tinubu knows one thing. Tinubu, if you just look at the way Oshomole spoke in Abuja, and the one he said a different thing in Edo, that tells you the kind of people you have as your rulers. I don't call them my leaders. The people that you have as the ruiners of your society. That's the kind of mafia you have as the head. What he's saying, he gives a body language that is angry with what is happening. On the other hand, he will tell you, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Flush them out. We are backing you. That is why you see what is happening is happening. So if you're talking of the likes of Obasanjo, they will always have their say, but they cannot have their way because the man in charge is a mafia. You're dealing with a mafia. This is a cartel. So what you see from the AG, Attorney General of the Federation, what you see from the Supreme Court and all that, we don't have the light of the day because the mafia, the man that is sending them to do the evil. If actually, when he came back, when Gbadebo came back from Abuja, if Tinubu had told him to go stop that nonsense you are doing, my brother, immediately, it will not take 1 hour. Even when he has not arrived at those states, just a phone call from Abuja will have stopped this nonsense. But when you have a mafia, somebody with 2 mouths that speak on both sides of their mouth, like Oshomole and other Tinubu, we are in for trouble. They tell you one thing, what they want to do is a different thing. So what you see is the voice of Esau and the hand of Jacob. So don't be surprised. On one hand, they're telling them, oh, we want autonomy for local government. On the other hand, they have given the backing to the man they call the governor, their errand boy, their messenger. Go, no, we are at your back. Flush them out and put our people there. It's all about building for 2027. They go there. It's all about their selfish interest. They don't care about what happened to the people. Even if it's don't plunge into crisis today, into communal crisis today, they don't care. It's all about their interests. This is the kind of people you call politicians and your rulers. It's most unfortunate. I put a rest so that other people can have opportunity to have their shot.
Thank you much, Commander Mori. It was nice listening to you. It's always interesting when you come to the studio. You say you speak the hearts like you are speaking for everybody. And yes, we all resonate and all feel all you say. It is a sad one. It is funny. Well, going to the same space, we are talking about a candidate. I'm not going to discuss more about this before I can go to another one. A candidate says that the Labour Party candidate of Lagos State has said only Tinubu's friends are benefiting from his reforms. We are not going to discuss that. Are they saying are these the little impeachment things, the stories that he meant, because first and foremost, the reforms that they talk about, people talk about reforms. Have the reforms been actively working well for the people, or we are just seeing more hardship? Or is hardship part of the reforms? Well, we can put that into our other discourse. Again, another topic. APCs are accusing Peter Obi of misleading Nigerians for cheap political gains. Peter Obi, I don't know if Obedience are here watching with us. Obedience, what is Peter Obi's plan? He's here, he's there. The only place he has not come to is Upper Reporters. Probably we have not, Upper Reporters has not invited him. He's giving everybody interviews, audience, etc., etc. Peter Obi, what's his occupation? I didn't say he get business. Suppose they handle in business and family. Well, that is that. Going to the main topic of today, my main topic of today. In an interview with Obasanjo, because earlier before you guys came, I talked about even these happenings about these happenings on the council chairman being suspended and the way our institutions have worked. It is because of how our democracy has been planted, the foundation of our democracy. And every time I talk about it, I talk about the first man that handled it as president after the Abacha regime, after the Abacha Abubakar regime. Because Obasanjo was the first in the fourth republic, I believe it's fourth republic. Obasanjo was the first president. What we are going through today, people can say they are enjoying it, or people say they are not enjoying it. I think we are going through what Obasanjo put on the foundation of democracy. I've said it before earlier, before you guys came to the studio. Because if the institutions are in place, a man like I don't want to call names, impeachment or suspension of local government chairman will not be a thing if the institutions, our institutions are working well. First of all, if our institutions are in place and our criteria are up to standard, even people will not hold political positions in our country. I'm not segregating, I'm just saying if the criteria was up to standard, first. So those are the things, those are the ways to put, not because I'm in the room of friends, then I will lower the standard so that everybody can be a part of it. Especially when you have people coming in with money. Because a man has 50 billion, you tell him, do you have a FSC? No. Do you have a BSc? No. What do you have? You say, I can provide my 6. Even if without verification, you say, okay, go and buy form, you can be governor. Because he's donating to your trust, or because he's a friend of your church member or something. We lower our standards. So when our standards are low, nothing would work. Because we can categorically say we cannot talk about one thing that's working properly in Nigeria. Whether it comes to telecommunication, whether it comes to power, whether it comes to infrastructure, whether it comes to education, nothing. We cannot hold on to one thing to say, okay, let's go of everything. This thing is perfect, or this thing is almost 90%. Now, going back to the topic, Obasanjo is coming to tell us that some years ago, just over 20 years ago, like during his time, he's saying it wasn't him, but it was immediately after his tenure. And his successor, Dangote, paid $750 million to a firm, a public firm, to manage the 3 refineries in Nigeria. But it was rejected. Obasanjo said in that interview that he approached Shell and told Shell, come and manage the refinery. They said no. Come and take over the refinery. They said no. And he said why? Shell said they were more into the upstream, that they didn't have anything to do with the downstream. And besides, our refineries were small. They didn't do up to 150,000 whatever barrels or liters, whatever. Then they were poorly managed. They were poorly maintained. And lastly, corruption. They told the Shell people, Shell, they tell Obasanjo these things when he was president. And Obasanjo is coming to tell us now in 2024 or 2025. I don't know if he does this story, where it's coming out from. And it's coming out now that Dangote has used his own personal finances to build a refinery for himself, which is awakening accordingly or allegedly, which is awakening the other refineries in our country. How did we get here? Why? How did we get here? In a discourse today, somebody said, no, but Obasanjo is the best. I think it's the people when I speak, they sound like I don't like the man. I don't have a problem with him. But I'm just saying we are suffering all he put on paper. They say his policies. I asked, what were his policies? What policies did he put on ground? They talked about telecommunication. I said we still have one of the worst telecommunications in any large economy because we are still buying recharge cards. We are still paying for per second billing. What is wrong if you tell people, pay 10,000 naira, get unlimited talk and 1,000 text a month? Why? Is there anything wrong in that? Why do people think you buy an iPhone for practically $1,000 and you keep scratching 400 naira recharge card to load? Papa Reporters is hardly being watched by Nigerians because now everybody has shut their data. It's either there's no power for light or data is becoming like gold. Internet is nothing. Our telecom, MTN is, you put a data today and I'm not talking down on the country or the people. I'm just saying these are the little things he could have put in place. They mean nothing. But instead, they put themselves as shareholders of these companies so that they can have endless. When these companies make proceeds from the people, they have endless interest in profits. Then you talk about nothing works. So those are that is one of the topics I'm going to talk about. But again, that is one. Going to talk about institutions in Nigeria. A retired DSP has come out to complain. A retired DSP of Nigerian police has come to fault the 1.7 million naira gratuity which she was paid and the 40,000 pension that she gets. She said she's getting this after 35 years of service. In her statement or in her interview, she complained that 40,000 naira for a retiree is nothing. She called it the bad pension. She tagged it something, bad pension something. But the fault I get in her, she said she joined the Nigerian police before she turned 16 or when she was 16. It's on her past. How can the Nigerian police employ somebody? Maybe she went to the college, I don't know. But she said she was not 16. She was not even 16 yet, or she was up to almost 16 when she joined. And she did a service for 35 years. First of all, is anybody below 18 supposed to join the cadet or any police or any institution or security outfit? That is first question. Now, going to her complaint. She says she asked for the gratuity, which she got 1.7 million after 1 year, I think in 2018. Yes, where she retired. And it has been 40,000. But even there are some retired police officers who earn as low as 28,000 a month. This is from their pension. This is from the pension after service. I remember they had from the NSAS, there was the NSAS protest. They now changed the slogan to reform the Nigerian police. Yes, I think that came afterwards. And these are the little things they talk about. Police pension, 40,000. How much is $1? So the police is actually paying $20 or $25 a month. Well, it's normal for me to talk about. I have my people in the studio. I have to go to Joe. Joe, are you there? Joe?
Yeah, brother. I'm
Good.
here. Happy New Yeah.
Happy New Year, my brother. How's everything with you?
I'm okay, and you Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, thank you very much. You see, we are talking about this. We're just going on general talks, and we are starting from Edo State, talking about the chairman. Well, the reason I'm going and I'm using one route is because I'm talking about where it all started from. So I'm blaming the 1999 government that started when we come in afresh. Institutions were not put in place. That's why we are suffering. Police people are complaining that or a police woman has come out to complain about her pension. Even that Obasanjo is now complaining, but he complains indirectly. He's talking about the refinery and Dangote, how Dangote was rejected. Why? They now see our chairman. So what is your take? Please take the floor.
When it comes to institutional reform in Nigeria, I think Obasanjo was trying to, I think it's true when it comes to pension, he was trying to, before now, when we see people retire from work, gratuity will not be paid, or did they die and all that. So when to 1999, and I said, okay, what should we do that people will be independent when it comes to pension? You know what you earn, you know what you're going to get at the end of the when you are leaving office and all that. It's okay, let's do self-contributing. When you contribute 50%, your plan contribute 50%. So anything in Nigeria, that's one time they put some people in charge of those institutions. In short, more upon say I was contributing my personal money, people still take the money away. So it's just a Nigeria problem. It's just Nigeria problem. That's one thing I saw on news today when they were talking about those people Cubana and all that, those guys flashing money or whatever and all that. So you see, the societal pressure has actually put people into so many things. Nobody want to have a clean name again. Whether you have all the just have money. Once you have money, whether you are bad, whether you are whatever, your money will cover everything for you. No family name again, no bother. So money cover everything. So it's the issue of we so much believe in money in Nigeria. He's really putting into a deep shit. Deep shit. So no good record again. I remember those when somebody was growing up, when you mention your family name, people will feel respected because they know you guys to be a good family and all that. All those values have become things of the past. So when you are putting somebody institution now, but by the time he spend 6 months, 3 months, he wants to see how he can steal the money and become very rich, acquire property, will never live on. So I don't so many things. So this is a typical. This is a big problem in Nigeria that I don't know the leadership. I keep saying, you see, the leadership recruitment is still border to everything because when you have a good leader that give a good example, you see all those things will start suppressing. If not, we still have keep recruiting badly that corrupt leader. So what do we expect? Everyone that go to office want to acquire wealth for a great grandchildren that you never even know whether you're going to see them, whether they're going to have a great grandchildren. Just acquire money. Let me just acquire money. Won't anyhow anyway. So
but if that's it. If these institutions, you see, like okay, let's say like the EFCC. I was an advocate for one of the people that said when they said they let them EFCC should be scrapped because who set up EFCC?
That is a fraud.
Who set up the EFCC? If that means what it was set up for was it wasn't what it was supposed to be set up for.
No, they have turned it to something else.
Well, if it started on a good ground, it wouldn't have turned into anything. That's all the truth.
EFCC just it's an institution that protect the politician that steal money. That's why I say it.
That is how it has been since day one.
Because when you see
opposition protect present position. That's it.
Yeah. That's just it. When you steal money, they'll say, okay, how much did you steal? You steal 50 billion. Okay, you go to drop 20, you go to 20, drop 20
Negotiate.
million. When you do 20 million, they was okay. Don't worry, we'll just serve you paper, you not go to court, you know. There was before you know the how many just go back and see how many case EFCC are, how many people EFCC are prosecuted to go to jail, how many politicians go back and do the check. You see nothing. They have not done, they have not prosecuted anyone, any person. Or you just hear, this person steals billions of naira. He on EFCC list. Before you know, the matter will die down. What's die the matter down? What transpire? So Nigeria, until we start recruiting elite, I keep saying in Nigeria, we have to go back. We have to go back. We're gone far in the wrong way. We're gone far in the wrong way. I just pray in this generation we can be able to make some correction, but in short, it will be difficult anyway. I don't see it because if you go to justice system now, it's not working. So where do we find it? Where do we find the solution for? Where do we find the police as corrupt? Everybody is corrupt. Who is to make the law is corrupt? Who is to enforce the law is corrupt? So what are we not saying? I don't know. It's a big problem. Though.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe. You see, where do we start from? That's the question. Where do we go to? Who do we hold accountable? Who is to hold who accountable? Now the question is that refineries did not work for 3 presidents, or refineries did not work for 3 presidents, but NNPC, according to statistics, had $2 billion go through NNPC in the last decade. $2 billion. Who is going to be held accountable? Who? These things are happening, names are not called. The EFCC had a forfeiture, a seizure of the property in Abuja. They said it was a seizure, one of the biggest seizures that came out as the breaking news, one of the biggest seizures in Nigerian history. Nobody's name was mentioned. So what do we say? What do we say? Now a police officer is even complaining about her pension. And guess what? The police were part of the people that were used to disperse crowds during the End SARS protest. It wasn't End governance, it was when it started at End SARS, at some point it changed to enhance police or create police reform Nigerian police protest. But the policemen came. Some of them the people that were arrested for that NSAS are still being arraigned or held in detention. They were arrested by the same police. This police that they say they will pay 40,000 in the future as pension or 28,000.
And
So
that's why they are extracting money from the road now. They know they have no future now. So
but the money they extort from the road, it finishes. It doesn't. How long does it last?
and their future is now. Their police future is now.
Now this lady that is complaining, she's not no longer in the police. She cannot get anything from. She cannot go and hold roadblock. She's at home. She's even of age. So how does it work? If imagine if she had sat down, or imagine Obasanjo is complaining. Even though Obasanjo has sat down during his 8 years to put things on ground and put a lot of stringent laws, a lot of laws that stood fair. I don't think those laws they'll go out of style in 40 years. By now, we might still be enjoying it. Even if people have to break it, they'll not break it and we break it now. Because nothing stood. During his time, there were no elections. That's what we are going back into, where people will vote and will not be counted. People like IREV, BREV, or whatever rev, all those things don't work. Yes, a pipe driver, sorry. I'm going to go around again. A pipe driver, you're there. You're going to yourself. Please proceed.
Yes. Thank you very much. You see, it's really very, very funny when you talk about Nigeria problems as a whole. Obasanjo is complaining. Yes, he tried during his time, but he's one of our problems. All the leaders, they are our problems. Why I said he tried is he put in place the FCC, the other financial crime institution, and
ICPC.
the ICPC, and every other thing. You know, during Obasanjo regime, they said that there was a slogan that the fear of Ribadu is the beginning of wisdom, because Ribadu was really doing something. And it was the same Ribadu who published the names of the most corrupt governors. This our current president was number one on the list.
Number one.
Uh, number one on the list. Today he's the security advisor to,
National Security Advisor
yeah,
of
national
For the
Nigeria.
same
security
person.
advisor to the same person. So
Tinubu.
yes, so you can imagine where we are headed. The fact is, one of our brothers has rightly said that the recruitment process of our leaders is a problem. I want to politely disagree with him. We have never recruited any leader. They are the ones that are imposing themselves on us. We, the entire citizenry, we try to recruit leaders, but they turn it down. Look at what happened in the presidential election of 2023. We recruited our leader. We know who won. We know who won. But they didn't let it fly. Look at what happened in Edo State recently. We knew who won. So we have been trying to recruit good leaders. We are upright. The citizens are upright. We are recruiting good leaders, but they are turning it down, and they are running away with our mandate. They are snatching it and running away with it. So we cannot blame the entire citizen for what is going on. We blame one of our brothers said he will not call them leaders, but just rulers. We blame the rulers for what is going on in Nigeria, not the citizenry. And the strong institutions we are talking about, even as a lot of people have been complaining about our constitution, even with this skilled constitution, we can still break even. If the constitution is not up, to me, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not very intelligent, but I think the constitution is not our problem. With this constitution, we can go to El Dorado with this constitution. Then the constitution says the governor has no right to suspend the chairman of local government because they are executive leaders too. But yet they are not listening. So is the constitution wrong? The constitution is not wrong. The human beings, the rulers there are the problems. They're acting with reckless abandon. That is the problem. The fact is we can never graduate or move from this situation we are now until we have somebody at the apex, somebody that is ready to lead the country. If we have somebody that, like I always say in this platform, when the river is or water source is polluted at the source, the other people at the receiving end, they will suffer from getting water to drink. Isaiah
Yes.
That is what it is. If we have good leaders, it's not about all this constitution. If we have good leaders, everything will be okay. Look at what is happening in this tax reform window now that is going on. Our governors are against the tax reform. The governors are against the autonomy of local government. The House of Assembly in Edo State was voted against local government autonomy when they were asked to vote. You see, that is where it's not the constitution. The laws are there. Even with these skilled laws against some part of the society, the laws are still very okay if we can implement them, but we are not implementing them. The Attorney General of the Federation has said the governor has no right to either impeach or suspend the local government chairman. Yet our governor is hell bent on implementing the policies from his godfathers. That is the problem. We must get good leaders that will take us to the Eldorado. Otherwise, we are going to be here talking and talking. And one of our brothers said he doesn't want to discuss it. My brother, we'll continue to discuss it. All these countries that we are today that have gone very far, they discuss issues too. They were once in this situation. So we have to continue to discuss this until we have one good leader that will come and take us out of these doldrums. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ipagaiva. Yes, Also, the quiet one, are you there?
Yes,
The
I'm
quiet
here,
one,
but
yes.
I would yield for others to
Okay,
speak.
let
You
me go
know,
to
yeah.
Mr. Concord. Are you there? If you are there, are you available to speak? If you are not available to speak, let me hand the mic to.
I'm here, but I'm not.
Okay, you are not available to speak. Okay, Happy New Year still. That's good.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, let's go to Comrade Omori. Mr. Comrade Omori, please unmute yourself. And I like it when you give your submissions. Yes, although I've spoken about 3 different parts, just digest it as you can remember from what I have said. From the Obasanjo rejecting to Dangote rejecting $750 million to the DSP that is complaining about her pension, etc. Just give us your submission on this topic.
Yeah, talking about the life of Obasanjo. If there's anybody that will make Nigeria better, if there's anybody that had the best opportunity in Nigeria, who had the opportunity to right the wrongs or the mistake he made in the past, will have been Obasanjo. Obasanjo was the military head of state. In 1979, there was a transition from military to civilian. Though Shagari did not win that election because the two-third majority, as related by the constitution, was not met. Yet he handed over to Shagari. So that wasn't a problem, because he didn't want his brother instead of his brother Awolowo. If they had allowed the blacks of Awolowo, those were, no matter how you accuse those people, the founding fathers, like those that really fought for independence, no matter how you accuse those people of corruption, at least they had a vision. They had a vision. Those were men with a vision. You could see what Okpara did in the East. You could see what the likes of Awolowo free education did in the. We could see what happened in those states through Awolowo. Awolowo discovered Ali. Those were leaders with a vision. People-oriented vision. The ones you have today. So Obasanjo made that mistake, and he came back again. He was incarcerated. He was almost killed by Abacha. Yeah. By a special grace of God, he was able to. He was already listed among those that were to be executed. But Abacha died, and he was released from detention. Not just released from detention. They wanted to pacify the Yorubas because of what happened to Abiola. So the presidency was zoned to the southwest. You then had Olufalaye and Obasanjo. If the people's will, like the reason why I'm addressing, while I'm going back memory lane, while I'm trying to, take us a little back, is just because of what you said, and what Pai Kareba also corroborated, that the people have never been opportune to elect they have never been given the opportunity to elect their leaders. Yes. Obasanjo was in prison. They gave power to Southwest. Almost everybody, the North for the first time, the East, everybody said the Chairmen will have emerged the flag bearer for PDP. Then I said, okay, let's pacify the Yorubas because of what happened to Abiola, by way of June 12 annulment and the final execution of Abiola. So Olufalaye was there, an economist, a brilliant guy, so to speak. If you had wanted Yoruba people to if you look at what happened in that election, Obasanjo did not win any state in the Southwest. If not even I can't remember if he won Ogun. No, he couldn't even win in Ogun State. But what happened? The military wanted one of their own. The problem with us is not far. Just that the people are so, I don't know why we are so gullible. Our rulers, I don't call them leaders. They are not even qualified to be rulers. They are ruiners of our society. You know what they did? They wanted one of their own. A continuation of a military administration, but somebody that would be wearing Gbadebo, but of military character and northern character. So Obasanjo did not, when he was approached to contest, he didn't agree the first time. Later he said he was broke because before he came back on that detention, he was broke. They said it was worth less than 20,000 naira. A lot of people stole from Farm and everything. So they came back to it like when they consulted the likes of IBB and co. They came together to say, just give us the positive note that you will be dead. Forget the finance, forget everything. We'll make you the president. That was what happened in 1999, and he became the president. So, if you allow the people's input to prevail, Olufalaye would have been a better candidate, or at least a civilian, more educated, an economist. It is not economists at that. So they imposed Obasanjo on the people. So Obasanjo came on board. You know the language they were using that time. Nascent democracy. Nascent means we are still trying to nurture it. He tried to lay some foundations, but he was carried away again. Instead of using the opportunity to correct the mistakes. If there's anybody that knows the problem of Nigerian state, Obasanjo is number one. If you talk of the remote and immediate causes of the Nigerian civil war, he was there. Those that fought the war, he was involved. After the war, the reconciliation, the way they came up with rehabilitation, reconciliation, and reconstruction, it was part and parcel of that system. So, if you talk of the Nigerian problem, the constitution, the error, the everything, Obasanjo will have been an opportunity. Let's even assume that the military handed over that constitution to him. Obasanjo had the opportunity to do some certain things that will have put Nigeria, on the course for for forward development. But he abused it. He was full of himself. Even the AEFCC you talk about, at a point became an instrument against perceived political opponent. So these are the issues. But what do we continue to blame Obasanjo when we can move forward? This is from 1999 to this time. This is about almost 25 years, right?
Yes.
Almost 25 years. So we no longer hear it is like nascent democracy anymore. Even a dangerous threat now. Every subsequent administration is getting worse than the former. Are you aware of that? So yes. Buhari came. A lot of people fell for that Buhari's gimme because people thought he was the brain behind when he was the military head of state. At least security-wise, they thought he would have been able to handle that one very well, even if he couldn't handle the economy very well. But he failed woefully. He actually came to make his own money. If you look at those generals in the past, they were not actually rich. The making of money started from IBB's regime. Every other one that is coming now after them is just coming to come and take your share. It's like they have given up on the project Nigeria. It's all about them, their cronies, and their families. So, but my point is, if we continue to wait for these people, thinking they are the ones that will lead us to Endorando, my brother, we are making mistakes. This is why I disagree with my brother who said he will not blame the people. The power of the people, sovereignty belongs to the people. If you say the people in the state has been captured, nobody can capture the state if the people are not willing to give up. We are docile. We are gullible. We are sentimental. We are emotional, towards different things. My religion, my tribe. So they just leverage on all this, to look at what happened in Lagos now. The first time you could see an Igbo man defeating Tinubu in Lagos. What happened? They turned it to a tribal war. A tribal, as if it was a tribal thing. And people fell for that. Igbos and Yorubas were busy, killing themselves.
That's true.
You understand? So, if you say people are helpless, we are not helpless. Just that we are not willing to act. We are even more guilty than our leaders. There is already a I said on this platform one time that there is a conspiracy among our leaders against the people. Leadership at all level, at all every ramification. Even the pastors, if you see, do you know they have something in common? All these leaders have something in common. The political leaders protect the religious leaders. They also protect the traditional rulers. If you want to know whether what I'm saying is true, go against any big pastor, go against any traditional ruler and see the way they will lock you up. You will not come out. So they know where they meet. So it's all about the suffering is actually for the masses. The leaders have no problem. Whether you call them religious leaders, what is even happening there is worse than what is even happening in the political sphere. It's just that the main power the power, the day-to-day administration of the state belongs to the political rulers. So let me let me not dive into that one. That's a discussion for another day. Now, if we look at what happened here, though, people will still come here now. If you stay up to 1 hour now, you see people will jump into this forum. They want to defend the indefensible happening here, though. So you will say we didn't see this one coming. We saw it coming. We saw it coming, but it was still wasted on us. So if you continue to say, be quiet, things will change by itself. My brother, we're just wasting our time. We are wasting our time until the people are willing. They are ready to wake up and say, enough is enough. We go nowhere. Because no oppressor, no slave master want to let the slave go. The Nigerian people and their rulers' relationship is like that of slave master and slave relationship. So they want us to continue to feed on the people. They don't see anything wrong. They don't care. Look at what this guy was saying. Tinubu was saying in that interview. In that first time he was able to address the press. You know what he was saying? How his friend who was having 2 Rolls Royce is now driving a Honda. Because he could not maintain it. When other nations like China are thinking of how many people they have been able to pull out of poverty, you are thinking of how many people you have been able to impoverize for less than 2 years in power. You see how their mentality works. And he came on national, interview to boast with that as if that was an achievement. How you have been able to impoverize the Nigerian masses. So he didn't even start on that day. He actually said during the campaigns that he was going to reduce the people's purchasing power, introduce more, tax them the more, reduce their purchasing power. Those were his utterances. So even while on the seat, he was boasting with how his friend from 2 Roses he has been able to reduce that one to $100 accord. That is the mentality. That is to tell you, if you're waiting for the liberation of freedom to come from these people, we're just wasting our time. Until we begin to do away with our sentiment. We'll see things the way they are, objectively, from the angle of objectivity. Not the political party we belong to. People now from APC, from what is happening in those states, they will do everything humanly possible to justify what is happening. They will tell you, one adult boy was talking on a platform yesterday that Nigeria is back on track again. Nigeria is an Edurando. People should praise Tinubu. 2027 is a done deal. I was just looking at this boy. See, asking, he's suffering in the court where he is. The only thing is, we want him to justify what his utterances. He will tell you he's a member of APC, nothing more, nothing less. His affiliation with APC has beclouded his sense of reasoning, because being a member of APC to him is all he needs, to be okay.
It's an achievement.
To him, it's an achievement. Being called a member of APC, he was just, from beginning to the end, he was heaping encomium on the APC and the Tinubu. The people, Nigeria is back on track again. Anybody preparing for the 2027 should just go and rest. People are happy right now. He was ready to defend anything. I said, you are not living in Nigeria. Look at where you live. Have you seen people queuing for rice and dying for rice? He said, no, there's poverty everywhere. Tinubu, he was beginning to defend Tinubu, that he made the problem of Grand. The man said he knew the volume of the problem before he came, that he did not need sympathy from anybody. You are here trying to sympathize with him. So on what is happening, Edo, a lot of APC people like my beloved brother now, Tukbo and the other young man, try to remember his name. They will come here and tell you there's nothing wrong with what they will give you 1 million reasons. They will tell you what Obasanjo did. There is nothing wrong with what this one is doing. That this one should even go worse than what Obasanjo did. I want to be talking of a better Nigeria. My brother is appalling, man. Let me know. I have a lot of things to say, but I don't know where to even stop because other people are waiting to take their shot.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Komilomori. That you always say it as you say it, and that is it. We always see reasons to your point because you give us, because you have vast knowledge from over time. Yes, it is heartbreaking that in the new year we are still coming to say these things. And some people see us like we are always here to criticize. They'll be like, so are you not going to speak of the good things that you have seen or they have done? I like people to come to tell me the good things. I like to come into my news media pages to see good news. I'm tired of seeing crazy things happen. Or only a reverend father shooting a child because of fireworks on New Year's Day. I don't want to see a bride killing members at her wedding or funny things. Nobody wants to see that. But when you speak, they'll be like, you're always criticizing the government. You're always criticizing the government. But the government, I don't know. Sometimes you wonder, do they wake up in the morning to say, let us make these people angry or let us make them gnash their teeth? These are the little questions I always ask. Do they do it to annoy us or they do it because they are stupid? What's the way? How do they pick it up? Because in every angle, fare hikes, food hike, fake drinks, bad insecurity, whatever is going on, please, I don't know, we have to, I don't know if we have to continue to have meetings, because this is a meeting, this is where everybody comes together, come express themselves. That's why platforms like this, and these days, funny enough, there are a lot of platforms like this. So is it that they don't hear us, or even if they hear us, they shift their hands? Because going to a place like, ask somebody, don't they hear? Someone reminded me, yes, because I want the Oshomole Chambers declaration of speech. He spoke like the happening was not in Edo. He spoke like if such a thing happens in Edo, he would fight toe to toe against it. But I remember here it's happening in Owa, that it's almost an impeachment in Owa. Where are these people? When can they prove us wrong? Because they happen to prove us right every time we come to the chambers, to our own chambers. Now, the topic again, Ghana is scrapping visa requirements for all African countries. They say they want to boost their economy. They want to boost their economy for tourism, etc., etc. Ghana is becoming, they've opened their, I'm not saying they didn't open their borders, but they are now giving visa free to countries like that. That's some kind of good news. I think the AU should be thought of. Or is it USA, United States for Africa? It should be thought of. Because maybe if we have to expand our tentacles and have other African countries unite, maybe it will rekindle, or it will not rekindle, it will spark the plugs of our leaders. Although our leaders, again, if you have to affiliate them to other leaders, they'll go and spoil those ones. Then our president want to have houses in every African country, because it's not like they don't have. But some places that they've never been, they want to own the land and put their people there. That is just, it's funny. It's very funny how things are going. But like I always say, we are here to deliberate, to discuss it, and they hope to hear our cries, because we speak here for millions of Nigerians. We speak here for the people that cannot hear us, that cannot speak, people that cannot wake up. Some people they are home now, they are waiting for power to come on. Some people, their data just ran out. Some people are waiting to get to the office, to go online, to use the office internet, to watch the program or to comment, etc., etc. So we are always here for the people, and we hope I hate to use the word hope because it's a new year. We cannot continue to hope. I've been hoping since 99. We want, let's keep hope for the corners. We should be thinking of our wants now. What do we want? We want our country, we want our people, we want our system, we want our institutions to get to the highest level, to the best level. Even if it's not the best immediately, let us get to the improving level. We cannot continue to do the same thing and expect different results. Now they are doing, before it never used to be the same thing in every state. Now they are doing the same thing in 36 or 35 states. It's getting worse. There's insecurity, there's corruption in all the places, whether it's big or small. You and I, it's everywhere. Although, let me say, I saw this news some days ago, and they were talking about Tinubu setting up a company for the work on standard or prices of food and one other thing. That would be the last topic for today. What do you guys think? Is there a way a company can be set up to checkmate prices of food as it goes across Nigeria? Because honestly, food prices in Nigeria is quite, it varies. I'm not talking about, okay, let's say in the riverine area, in Delta State, fish is supposed to be cheaper than a place where there's no river, apparently. But some parts of Lagos have fish more expensive than the other parts. How can we balance this? How can we put price on a level? Because food is now becoming, you eat, people, one person eats, it says in the restaurant, they say it's 8,000 naira. Minimum wage is still where it is.
Okay, so can I chip in something in that direction?
Go ahead. That's it.
All right.
Go ahead.
I think they're fooling the people. They're taking the people for a ride because the people have been so subservient over the years. You don't control the price of what is not available. What you're talking about is price control. It was this guy tried it under the military era, Buhari. You know, when they were breaking into warehouses and forcing people to sell their wares. I know Nigerian businessmen, you know, some are very wicked, but then the solution to price control is availability. In economics, where there is scarcity, there is bound to be skyrocketing of prices. Scarcity creates room for hoarding, and hoarding gives room to abnormal profit. You know, hoarding, when there is scarcity, people are panicking. They want to go after the few goods and services that are available. By so doing, the sellers they are forced to the prices are forced to go up. It's a simple economic analogy. You don't need rocket science. Instead of thinking of talking about price control, think of production, making food available. When the food is available, nobody will be able to hoard what is available. If you hoard what is available, it is you want to make profit, right? You want to turn over. You want to go buy again, sell and turn over. The essence of buying your goods or producing your goods is to sell. And the essence of producing any goods or services for the purpose of consumption. So you don't talk of price control of something that is not available. Availability is the key. If you make it surplus, the price ordinarily, you know, it will adjust to what we call forces of what we call market forces in economics. You don't need a rocket science, you don't need a magician to tell you that. To go into production, give more attention to agriculture. There are some goods you can produce within 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months. You begin to see the result. things like maize, things like improve breed of yam, a lot of food crops. Within the period of 6 months, you begin to see results. They tell you one thing, they do another. They're fooling the people. They're fooling the people. People are thinking of how they are pulling their people out of poverty, millions of their people out of poverty. How many new millionaires they have made since they entered office? You are thinking of how many people you have been able to reduce their purchasing power, their standard of living. So what do you expect from such a leader? They are intellectually bankrupt. They have nothing to offer. Most times we know this. The problem with Nigerian people, we are expecting people that don't have anything to offer to take us from the poverty they have created. The same people that created the problem for us, we expected them to come and pull out to come and give us freedom. They are not interested in our freedom. They are not interested in our well-being. Look at the trajectory right now. Things those that came before them did not do. As Tinubu is in Lagos, I mean, when he was in Lagos, now he's in Abuja. His son is warming up to take over Lagos. Oshomole is in the Senate. He was once the governor. If there's any in terms of qualification, Oshomole was less qualified when he became the governor. Now he's in the Senate. You don't forget, part of the Ministry of Education was burned down to cover up the atrocities of Oshomole because he never had anything to show. Now his son is the commissioner. People are applauding that. They will tell you, is he not qualified? They ask you that if he's not qualified, ask them if they are not qualified too. So they are planting their stooges, their cronies behind. So where does that lead you? What do you think about that? So there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Unless the people rise up to say enough is enough, we go nowhere. If you expect a miracle to come from these people, they cannot give what they don't have. They don't even have the political will, to make the masses better. So if you're expecting a miracle to come from such people, it's like putting the cart before the horse. It's not going to move. And it's going to be an effort in futility. So that one you said, to conclude what I'm saying, to buttress my earlier point, you don't control the price of what is not available. Make the product, the food and services available naturally. Price, there's what we call equilibrium price. The prices will go back to the equilibrium prices. When there is scarcity, when there is no availability of goods and services, ordinarily there is scarcity. When there is scarcity, prices are bound to go up. You don't force the prices of commodities to come down because you want to give the impression that you are working. The primary assignment of the government is to create an environment for production of goods and services so that they will be in abundance. Nobody will be able to hike a price unnecessarily. Even if there is differential in prices, like you said, in area of abundance, and even in fact, every area has what we call economic advantage, a comparative cost in economies. What is cheaper for you to produce in Edo could not be what is cheaper for Ogun State to produce, but they still have their own comparative advantage in certain areas. But when you bring all these things together, the prices equilibrium will definitely find prices will definitely find its equilibrium. The differential will not be much. The trust, if you produce it in Edo, for example, you take it to Lagos, the cost of transportation will not make a substantial difference. So you thinking you forming a company to regulate price, you don't regulate the price of what is not available, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moderator, can I just contribute?
Yes, go.
Yeah,
go.
Okay, so
you see, I don't know, is this just a joke? When you came into government without no proper consultation, you remove fuel subsidy. Half of Nigeria depend on fuel to do small businesses because you have no electricity. People run generator to do barbing salon, do hairdresser, do small water production. Those are small businesses that survive the economy. You came to power, you destroy it. We are talking about price control. I don't know whether they are joking. But when you kill small businesses, how do you control prices? You already kill small business who is trying to survive. When you have multiple businesses have closed down, it's only a few ones that's been able to survive now on a high cost. They have to sell their product high as well. So what are we not saying? Before, when you go to streets of Benin or wherever, you see people producing pure water, producing bottled water, or no electricity. They all depend on generator to produce all those things. You see people doing small grinding tomatoes in the market with fuel and all that. All those things, but that if you, with fuel prices, everything has gone up. You know where the problem is coming from. Here, you're running from it. You want to control price from who? From where?
Good question. That's a good question.
It's not done. I don't know why they are joking. Just as the last speaker said, we should take ensure people should wake up in Nigeria. Nigerian people should wake up. It's that they should just call it enough is enough and wake up. That's just it. Look at Burkina Faso today. Burkina Faso wake up. Nigeria have to wake up for that number. They have to wake up. Look at small young boy that driving Burkina Faso today. Look at what Burkina Faso is turning into now. So Nigeria has to just wake up. We just have youth who just I don't know. They are being brainwashed by politicians. I don't know. They are being brainwashed by politicians.
Are we being brainwashed by politicians, or Nigerians are presaging?
We are brainwashed by politicians, but the youth.
No, I think they are going to be next line. I think the problem.
Okay, just look at those states. Who is Monday using to enforce those nonsense enforcement? Is it not the youth?
Obviously.
How can you gather some youth together? You are bringing children to this world that have no future. So somebody is using you to destroy what will be your children's future. I don't understand.
Have you seen what they do? The hype men. Oh, the best governor. So we have not spent 1 year in office. He has become the best governor in the world. The best governor. Messiah. How does when you have sacrifice around you? How does he even think he's the best man on earth? He would think he's better than the president of America. How does he sit down to think of what he's supposed to do when people are going about hyping him? And he's busy paying them for hyping him. My brother, we're not serious.
He thought he's doing the best.
Thank you, gentlemen of the house. The quiet one, are you there? The quiet one.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
The floor is yours.
No. I just wanted to tell the speaker before now that there may not be light at the end of the tunnel, but there's light in the toilet.
The quiet one. Well, taking me back.
No, but that's what is it not the senator that said there will be light at the end of the toilet?
He said there's a light at the toilet. Yes, those are the aims. Those are my points for talking about recruitment into office. You cannot continue to set the standards low, because going back, I think even there was the governor of Edo State visited Akwa Ibom, and in one of I saw a video that circulated. Hype man was in a hotel at Uyo, and he did a video. The governor now has a hype man. What innovation is that? Are you saying that other people around him they've not told him that it is very, 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 very. Oh my God! You're working with the hype man. The man like yourself, but with yelling in front of you, and I don't want you sing praises like
you see, moderator. Let me just tell you. See, all those people supporting this kind of government, this kind of low-key government in Edo State, I just pity them. Low-key government, very low-key government. You set us back so far. Every state in Nigeria has trying to make their stand, because creating a standard. We are going back to, I don't know, creating, even Zamfara, go to Zamfara, the lowest state so far in Nigeria. They are creating standard. We are going back. What kind of rubbish? We are going back. And people that are in Edo, they are just watching, seeing things being destroyed. Turning Edo State to laughing stock in Nigeria. I thought that I know to be one of the one. If you are counting the most developed, the most intelligent, and the most developed state, I will be among the 10. But now we Zamfara is ahead of us. Zamfara.
Why is Zamfara? Is it because alphabetical? I think
No, alphabetical. We know them to be a kind of maybe a kind of a very low key state and all that. But
when you use Bonu because of the insurgency.
No, but not the population. I can't call Bonu because they have the population.
Population. When it comes to population, those states has according to statistics, almost 8 million people in the city or in the state, and we have more than that worldwide. So are we saying that we have brought out the best and the finest?
At the time we at least we are among Delta River. At the time we're following them up and all that. But but now I think we are going back because Zamfara used to be the lowest state where Zamfara, Taraba, all those areas. So I thought it's following them behind now.
It is sad.
Somebody said something about small scale, industries. If you go anywhere, what they were doing, a lot of people were now beginning, when there was no job from white collar jobs, they were beginning to create jobs for themselves. A lot of people were into fishery, piggery, poultry. They were surviving. Now the prices of feed alone of those in those sectors have gone up by over 300%. You want to go control price for them when the input they're using to raise their product have gone up by over 400% compared to where they started. You want to go control their price for them. Does that even make sense to any rational being?
How?
Does that make sense? A lot of people were profiteering from fish pond, poultry. People were beginning to engage themselves in what they could do, and it was yielding result because they were beginning to discover that not even a white collar job could pay them what they could do for themselves, and which was very, very encouraging. It was moving the economy in the right direction. Now they cannot afford the fee to feed their stock. You want to go settle something to control the prices for those that are still surviving. They're not even making profit. They're just breaking even. To remain in the business, hoping there will be a better tomorrow. Instead of thinking about to make things to alleviate their problem, you want to set up price control mechanism to control their price or their final product. Man, it's not as again when I talk about this issue.
Epa, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, maybe what we should. Okay. So I was going to suggest maybe what we should be now discussing is how best can they achieve what they want to achieve. So, for example, what Epa just mentioned, just kind of struck a chord with me. Instead of controlling the prices, why not subsidize the feed, the fishlings that these farmers need to do their business? That would be the best way to go about it. If the bag of feed is say 100,000, the government comes in and say we'll give it to you at 60,000 naira. Automatically, at the end of growing that seedling, the fish will be cheap. Will be cheaper than if they had paid 100,000 naira for the bag. So in every country, there's subsidized subsidy for different sectors. The farming sector have a subsidy. The agricultural sector, they've got their subsidy. The manufacturing sector got their subsidy. So you look into that. How can we make the prices cheaper? By providing some of these things, not going to the market and whipping them. Are you going to tell Mr. Okonkwo to sell his fish at a lower price?
That he produce by himself.
You understand?
Well, I think
if you provide those subsidized things,
I think those things have been put in place.
What we should be looking at. Yeah.
I think those things have been put in place. It goes down to the implementation.
Which things?
Like
the subsidy?
Farming, yes. I think in agriculture.
How much is the bag of feed subsidized?
No, I mean,
bag of feeds have been subsidized.
Let me just ask question. Do we still have a Ministry of Economic Planning in Nigeria?
who knows? Who knows about the Tinubu strategy? But was there any Ministry of Economic Planning? Well, these days everybody
So
is.
instead of setting up, why set up Obizo? The question now is why would they? I don't understand setting up a company in the first instance.
I don't understand.
So it should be a government agency that should do this, not a company. The government cannot
Not
set
a
up
company
a company
again. You just want to acquire Agboro
Are you
again.
sure that news is correct? That they are setting up a company?
Yes,
I don't understand though.
No, please check it, because how can the government set up? They normally will go through an agency. Please check the news again so that we're not just ranting for no reason.
Because I
Please.
don't think setting up a company to control to control prices. I don't think that is correct.
Who will be the directors of the company?
I don't understand.
Yeah, so please check the news.
Tinubu to establish company to address food and drug prices.
Okay, do you know the plan? Let me just tell you. No, Tinubu interested in the market association. They are interested. They are seriously interested.
Well, if I may, hello, good evening, everybody.
Hello,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Good to hear your voice. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
I think maybe when they're talking about price control, they are meaning the bulk sellers, like the international importers and exporters, not customer like retail. You know, they're not going to be telling the woman how to sell her tomatoes or so, or maybe they'll be telling the producers, the major ball players that, oh, okay, how much are you giving a ton? How much are you giving this? How much are you importing this? How much are you doing that? So let's regulate it, something like that, I think. And if everybody is selling, if Leventis is selling 6 naira, why is Hallmark selling 10? And why is the woman in New Benin selling 4? So the regulation, maybe that's what they are saying. I don't know if
no, that is wrong. I don't see, Auntie, that may be. See, that may be.
I'm not saying that. I don't think we have reached. I don't think the kind of poverty in Nigeria hasn't reached that area of Tinubu wanting to digitalize or monitor price control. I don't think so.
What we're saying is
maybe he's biting a bit more than he can chew. Yeah.
Auntie, even if what you said is what they are going to do, it is wrong. The reason I say this, if the man in Leventis is selling at 60 naira and the man in UAC is selling at 100 naira, what we should ask is, how did you get your product? How do you get your product from where you receive it to the market? Then that may determine why they are selling at that price. What I know that government does in order to reduce prices of food items, one is subsidy.
It's subsidy. It happens all over the world.
Not price control in the sense that you go to. Have they reduced custom tariffs that they are asking for prices to come down? Custom tariff is still in pegged with the dollar, so it doesn't make sense. And the one that they are saying Tinubu to set up company, I'm struggling to get my head around that. I'm really struggling. Obviously, over to you.
The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday announced the plan by his administration to lower food prices and promote local manufacturing of essential drugs and other medical supplies through the establishment of a national credit guarantee company in the new year. That is what I saw.
Oh, national credit. So the news is not set up a company. It's going to be a government agency. They're going to be
able to establish company to address food drug prices.
Yeah, I think the heading is misleading.
But in an interview with the president a week ago, he said, "I don't believe in price control. Let us just leave this man before we confuse him more," because his friend in Edo State, he says something is confusing him. I think
he's confusing me.
Yes, they are all confusing themselves. But as it is, we have come to our 2-hour mark, and we have come to the end of today's broadcast of the program. Yes, we have done to Chief Oye. Sorry you came late. We had a few to talk about, but Would you like? Do you want to make a bit of submission on the topics, or you want me to just round it off? Shivoye, are you there? Okay. We have met our 2-hour mark. We are going to shut down. We
Yeah,
have done it.
moderator, we can't go beyond the 2 hours.
No, we can't go to beyond 2 hours, sir, because of time constraints. And
Okay, look at who is talking about price control. Somebody came on board on your inauguration day. Your subsidy is gone. No, so no alternative, no planning,
No alternative.
nothing on ground to
No
cushion the effect of. It's like taking the patient to the emergency room instead of giving. First of all, to see that if the patient has enough blood, anesthesia to reduce the pain, you put a dagger on the patient. So that you started cutting the patient. Without knowing if the patient will survive, has the strength to survive the operation. So you coming back to say you're talking about price control. Maybe he wants to give it to one of the daughters or the sons because that's what they do.
I just told you
that
they're interested in Nigeria market. You know, say the daughter is the child, whatever. They're interested.
Exactly. So that's what they want to do. That is the way they want to do, not for the benefit of the masses.
They want to hand over the market generally to that woman, and that is what they, because that one will be controlling prices.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, appreciation. Well, before we go, I give my African program, which I just discussed on the new year. New year, we're in the new year 2025. This captures the spirit of a fresh start and new beginning. For tomorrow belongs to those who work for it today, which essentially means that your future success depends on the action you take today. Make it a fitting message for a new year. So, my brothers, I appreciate your coming in today to do this with us, to talk about our people, to talk about our land, to talk about our government. Yes, this is what we do. We come here, we deliberate, and we put like minds together. I hope.
I'm here. Sorry.
I don't want to use the word hope. Hope is for politicians because those are lying.
Chifoye is back. Oh.
Yes, we understand, but Chifoye, we have done our African program. Sorry about that.
I missed.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Yes, and Monday is not far. I would love to stay more, but I'm scheduled to shut down. Monday is not far. Like I said, it's a happy new year that it is. Like we always say, it is 2025. Let's ensure that this year is happy. Let us put ourselves together and let us continue to speak out for those that don't have the voice. Let us be the voice of the voiceless and continue to talk, because I believe if every platform talks as it is, it's not by, we are not here to criticize. We are speaking on reality. If we talk like this, there will be changes. But some people like us in shock support these men and agree to the negatives that we complain about. So it's a new year. We are going to start afresh and we are going to continue talking. We are going to be bolder. We are going to talk, not condemn. Criticism is allowed. We are going to always discuss about our country, talk about the economics, talk about the social part, talk about its welfare, and talk about a way that we can all benefit from each other. Going forward this year, please, I want everybody in every show, you don't have to come, send a message to the number on the screen. Let us know. We can put messages, send messages, text message, SMSs only. The number on the screen. Send messages for your birthdays, wedding anniversaries, Thanksgiving, etc. Parents, anybody, anything you want to say. I will give a shout out to the person here on the program. It's a new one that I'm going to start. Everybody do it. We are all together to make Edo great. And like Chipoye will say, there's a light
at the end of the tunnel. There's no light.
Your slogan become popular now in this group. Oh.
So thank you guys. Let us enjoy the weekend, drink responsibly. And I know the Christmas, the Yuletide spirit is still in the air. Please drink responsibly. If you have to drink, do not drive. The DUI costs a lot of money. The accident for cars costs a lot of money. You can drink and drive and get yourself hot. Those cost a lot of money. let someone that is sober or take a taxi. Enjoy your weekend in T-Pain's voice.
Thank you, Honorable Moderator. Thank you, House. Happy New Year. God bless.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Next
Bye.
one, Happy New Year. See you on Monday. Bye, guys. Everybody on social media. Bye.